guys, so today we are looking at this, which is, well, straight from Hasbro, action figures. G14, I'm not going to read all the numbers out, but GIJCS TT Dinosaur Neil. I'm not quite sure why it's called Dinosaur Neil. There is some same thing on nearly every single side of it. And on the top it has written in big letters, but I think that might be the delivery people that wrote it. 23, which is now upside down. But as you can see, yeah, every side of it says Dinosaur Neil. Not quite sure why, but it does. Right, so if we very carefully open the top. Now, I'm having to film this in the kitchen because this was the biggest, because I'm doing the room at the moment, this was the biggest expanse that I had that I could film in. So, sorry if the sound isn't the best. So inside that box, guess what? There's another box. Right, just give me a moment and I'll get that box out of that box. Well, you can't say they didn't pack it well. That's the box inside the box. Had those around it as well to keep it nice and safe. So I've put the knife down up there. Got it. Right, let's push it that way a little bit, and we shall slide this end open. There we go. You've just got to be careful opening boxes. You don't want to slip through what is underneath. Right. Oh, right. Okay, so this side. There we go. So what I'm going to do is tip it up that way. There we go. And there we go. Right. Ooh, that. Let's hope that box stays there. Right. So let's turn it around, get at least some resemblance of front. There we go. So this is a really nice box, I have to say. It's got a shiny bit and a matte bit. Yeah, I like the way they've got the plain actually shiny Cobra airborne on the top there. Pretty cool, and some other logos down there as well. More artwork. Tell you what, there's an easy way of doing this. It is surprisingly heavy out of the box. So there we have more artwork down the side. Yeah, artwork on the ends. I'm liking this. I'm liking what I've seen so far. Right, put that back there. So, slide that way. I have a little round circle of tape. Slip through that and do a bit of bottom. Oh, there's a lot of them on here. And those either side. There we go. Right. Ooh. So inside here we have a very nice Cobra logo. Yeah. Let's see what trays we have then. So that one, Tank Smasher. Oh right, that's got the figures in it and most of the weapons, bombs, and so we've got wild, try saying that fast with your teeth here. Wild Weasel, Cobrarattler Gunner, and a Baroness. And a plethora of weapons. That's the only place so far that's actually said Rattler on it. Yeah. Does this have Rattler written on it? Yeah, there, in the instruction manual. So we have a ton of stickers, some more stickers, yeah, all the stickers. I still haven't stuck the stickers on the helicopter yet. This should get around to that. Right, so that's that tray. Let's see move that over there. Get the next tray out if we can. Right, feels like these two. Put that there, see if that works. Maybe. Oh, not together. Right. So this tray has missile effects canopy for the gun at the back and most of the bodywork by the looks of it. Yep, there's going to be a lot of construction here. Right, and see, put that down there again. Move that to one side, and in this room we have the wings. I'm guessing that's the base. Yeah, that's some kind of base, I think. Wing sections, whatever that is. Yeah, most of the rest of it is under there. Anything else in the box? Nope. Right. So yeah, right. Let's see what we can do next. So on the bottom of the box, I discovered all this. This is what all the weapons and bombs are. System, cluster bomb, thermonuclear bomb, PL MI-184 unguided bombs, quick thrust shot range missiles, electro-optical renegade missiles, ammunition bay, access door, yeah, lots of stuff. And down here, push button activated illuminated instrument control panel, exterior landing lights and battle damage panel. Wings pivot for simulated VTOL and fold upright to reduce width. Cockpit and turret feature articulated control sticks, tactical flight displays and 3-point harnesses. Spring-loaded landing gear deploys functioning wheels for taxiing. Detachable armaments to customize your ground attack jet loadout. 360-degree rotating turret with twin cannon that pivots up and down. Articulated details, stowable boarding ladder, battle damage, armor plate, hinged engine covering, yeah. The original one that I had as a kid, which I kind of cobbled together through buying 2 or 3 of them at Car Boots. One of the panels was the battle damage one because I didn't have an undamaged version. So, yeah. Right, I'm going to get the instructions out and have a look and see how we're going to put this thing together. Okay, so in here, let's see if we can open this. We have, whoops, obviously sticker sheets, but we have some really interesting sticker sheets. Check fuel and all that, so I'm going to have to obviously stick a ton of stickers on this, which will be fun. Right, we have badges, which are all the badges that I showed you on the outside of the box, but I will show you them again because I'm like that. I'm trying to get into the bag. There we go. Right, so we have that way around. Fearsome firing tank smashers. We have the Cobra wing logo and Cobra Airborne. Is that 84th Squadron? The Flying Swatters? That's kind of fun. Right, so that's them. I'll put them over there. So we have an instruction sheet on how to put it all together. But we do need some batteries as well, which I think I've got some somewhere. I hope I have. Right, So wings plug in, canopy, tail in and out together, landing gear. Yeah, doesn't look too complicated. Hopefully not. Yeah. Right. Right, I'm going to unpack the boxes. So we've got one wing. Guessing that's the base. Transparent part. There. The other wing. Parts of the tail wing. Also parts of the tail wing. And parts of the stand. Right, that's that box. Oops, that all back together. Right, and the other box has the gun turret, front canopy, I think, missile effects, other front canopy, and ooh, that is a bit heavy. The main bodywork and the tail end. Right, out of the way. Right, so this is the main bodywork, the pattern to start with. Those wheels. I could hear the wheels making a noise. Right, main body part, which, yeah, looks impressive. Where's the instructions go? What do I do with them? There they are. Right, how does it say? So we have one wing. I'm guessing that's this side by the looks of it. Yep. And it plugs in like, there we go, like that. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Right. There's the wing. There it is. Wow, this is going to be big. Look at the size of that thing. And that goes in there. I'm trying to do it on camera, but there you go. So that's the wings attached. I'll do the canopy because that's right in front of me. The canopy. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do the canopy last, just in case, because I'm going to be touching the thing all over as I'm trying to put it together. Right. I found the ass end. There we go. So this bit will now, let's see, slot gracefully into there. Wow. Look at the size of this. This is bigger than I thought it was going to be. Yep, I'm impressed with this so far. Right, so now we need so I'm trying to figure out that way. That goes in there. That goes in that side. Right. That's the canopy. So I'm guessing that will slide in that way. Let's have a look at the instructions. Yeah. That way. I don't remember them tilting quite so much in the original one, but hey. Yeah, there we go. Pretty cool so far. Right, that is most of this construction together. It does point out that we have the landing gear under here. So that's that bit. Ah, right, that releases it. Ah, cool. So it will sit on the landing gear quite nicely. Right, let's put the canopies on. So I'm going to turn it around. Oops. I think you decided to collapse on me. Right, let's tilt this a bit there. So, it is... I'm sat in a little pile of little paper plastic bags that I've taken everything out of, which is kind of cool. There we go. Right, so wheels forward nicely. That is going to go on there, and I'm presuming that there is a front and a back because of the way the seat belt sat there. Right. The problem is on the instructions, as you can see, it just insert, which isn't really giving me any knowledge on how it inserts. Because one side seems to go in, the other side seems to come out. Yeah, you didn't see me do that. You're probably all shouting at me that I'm doing it wrong. Right, let's have a look. Down there, down there. There's little grooves in that bit. But no grooves in that bit, right. I'm presuming got it. There we go. Excellent. I did actually think that the whole cockpit moved, but it doesn't. It's just the gunner seat. And see, this bit stays still because it's got lights in it. Of course it has. I'm guessing that is like an on button or something. Anyway, we'll find out when I read the instruction book. Move that around there. What do I do with the other canopy? Ah, there it is. The other canopies. Now, it doesn't actually tell you how to put these on in the instructions, I'm just looking at them. But it's kind of pretty obvious how they're going to go on. Everything's got sticky on it. There we go. Unwrapped. So, that is going to plug. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the inside of the cockpit before I actually put the cockpit on, so you can see just how detailed the inside of that is. Because look, you've got all these buttons and switches and things. Ejector seat. Yeah, and the cockpit main controls there. So yeah, it is pretty darn detailed. Right, so let's plug that in there and that. Yeah, like that. And that, I'm guessing, this was the bit that always was snapped. I was worried that was going to be snapped on the original ones. There we go. Right. We have built it. We definitely have. Okay. So, according to this, the wings go like that way, and down again, and then where's it from? Try and look, so it's somewhere around here. There we go. So I don't know if you saw that, but I'm just going to demonstrate on this side. There is a button in the middle. Yeah, there's a button under here. There, you push, pull, you can see that bit there, and then it folds up. I would say be careful with that. Just be careful with that, be careful with that. But that's going to take up less room on a shelf, which is good. I like that. Wow, I like that. Right, let's put these down there like that. Oh, I've got the feeling that those landing legs may be a problem. I'm going to do that for now. See what it looks like. Yeah, that also looks pretty cool. Right. There is the big Gatling gun under there, which does have a strange kind of purple colour to it. I'm not sure, oops, not sure why. But yeah, interesting. Right, let's put those wheels back out, because the next bit I'm going to show you will probably work better with those. Just of interest, that's not, is that the... Right, excellent. So that button releases all the wheels. Excellent. Right, now on this side, that section comes off, and there is lights in there. So that's, I guess, for the battle damage. Yeah. Which I'll find that in a minute. It must be in one of the other bags. I hope it is. That plugs back in like really easily, like so. And this is a release button. Ah, you pull it. Oh, that's cool. And that's the ladder. All right. So that makes sense. Yeah, to pull it out, you've got your ladder. That I like. That is a cool little moment. Just of interest, there is the gun again. They've got sort of purple colour on it, which I'm not sure about, but it'll do for now. We may have to repaint that. Right. Ah, so far, so good. Right, in the weapons pack we have a ton of weapons, a ton of bombs and things. Some of which have got some really cool artwork on. I was really worried about this because I could see, you see that, these little ball bearings sort of things. They're plastic, but I was worried they were all going to come out when I opened the box, but there's a piece of plastic in there that's stopping it. Yeah. That's kind of cool in a weird way. We have best regards with a warthoggy kind of face on it. Another one with a kind of big nuclear bomb head. And then some missiles, which do look pretty damn cool. And missile launcher in the back there. So far I am really, really impressed with the design of all this. You know, those, that's the one that blows up the bunker underneath the bunker that you just blowed up. Blowed up. Is that a word? Don't know. Yeah. Right, and we have all of these to attach them to the bottom of the plane with. We also have these, which are smaller bombs and whatever they are. I'm guessing these are effects to go in the other guns. Yeah, definitely those ones. And there is the battle damaged doorway and some more bombs and another ladder, which we'll plug on there. Right, so reading the instructions, we take said undercarriagey bit and we attach it like so, and it clicks. I mean, you can take them back off again, but you do it until it clicks. I do with a few of them. So yeah, I'm going to put all these together and then attach them to the bottom of the plane. Right, so that goes on like so, and then we put, I think, these little guys on that way around. Cool, right. Right, so now we've got this upside down. Each one of these has a particular spot which it tells you in the instructions, which is pretty good. So, that one first. Then, by the looks of it, I think it's that one, then that one, then that one, and finally that one. So do the same on the other side. So be careful, don't push on things too hard, you don't want to snap them or anything like that. On. Oh, they go underneath. Right. No, that one. And that one. And finally, that. And these two big barrels go one in there and one in there. Right, that is all the weapons attached, which looks pretty cool. It's weird, you can hear those ones with little ball bearings in, you can hear them rattling. Well, yep, that's looking good so far. I've got to say, it's a really warm day today. We're going through a heat wave, and yeah, I've had to close the window because the kids that live out the back are bouncing up and down on a trampoline, which is what they do every day, but I don't normally film with the window open. So yeah, and we have, like I say, all of the weapons attached, which look pretty cool. We have the flame effects for the Gatling gun, some blue effects for the top turret, effects for the engine, and that one. That is kind of a cheat because that is just from the Firefly. So they've just reused a part, which is fine. I think these are probably reused as well, but it's Hasbro. It's what they do, isn't it? But yeah, so far I'm really... Oh, I didn't nearly forget to show you. Engine's open up as well. All the turbines in there, and really nicely painted actually. They've put a lot of detail into the engines. Don't know if that's quite how air turbines work. I was watching a guy the other day talking about planes, and he kept saying, he didn't say turbine because it's an air turbine, he kept saying an air turbine, and it really irritated me because he was saying the word wrong. But anyway, or am I saying it wrong? Is it a turbine or a turbine? Let me know in the comments underneath. Anyway, I do like the paint apps that they've put on. There is, like I said, a lot of stickers and things, so you can go as crazy as you want, which most of these are probably going to go on because I do like. But then I've got to make the decision: do I go with the snake or do I go with like the warthog? Because it is a warthog, the original plane. So yeah, these are they're very difficult decisions in life. Right, I need to nip off and get some batteries, so because I want to see how this lights up. Right, so quickly put the base together. You can see, pretty cool. Has a bit of weight to the bottom of it. I think there's a gap in there, so I think if you really wanted to, you could store stuff in there, or you could store stuff in there, or you could put some weight in it just to keep it a little sturdier, because I'm guessing this is going to be quite heavy on top of there. Let's have a try. Let's do it on camera. If we're going to do it, let's do it with style. Right. So, let me pick this up. I've got to say, this is heavy. It feels very heavy. I've also got to figure out where that's going to go in. It doesn't really show you where you're plugging it in. Ah, right. Let's take those out, because the holes are underneath there and it ain't going to go on with them on. Alright, so there we go. Which I don't think is too bad. Works kind of well. Yeah, I kind of like it on there. It's difficult to get it all in shot. Let me move the tripod and that. So, yeah. Pretty cool. Right, let me, while we're doing this, tilt this a little bit this way. So we have the button here on the canopy. Let's see if I can turn this. Oops, it's gone off the base. And back on the base. Right, I'll do that. Hopefully it'll make it a little bit easier to see. Right, we have the cockpit in there, so we press the button, the cockpit lights up. You can see in there, and in this section it shows off pretty well. It also lights up, and you can see the engine part there as well. Then you press it again, and it turns it to red. You press it again. Now the dashboard there is flashing because that section, which is the damaged section, is now lit up like it's on fire. And you can see there's just some lights in there, but it works really well. It looks really cool. Yeah, I like it. I think it's a really nice touch that lights up like that as well. Now, I did this once. I set it off by accident. I'm going to put the batteries in. It goes for 2 minutes, which I think is long enough. That's flashing. Just out of interest, if I press it again, right, it goes into, and that goes off. Which means you can pop that off of there, and I think I'm sitting on it. Hang on a minute, I've lost the other drawer. Found it. There it is. So that plugs back in. Like so, and if I get it in just right, and it clicks in. There we go. Brilliant, back in. So yeah, the lights are still on. Like I say, they're on for 2 minutes. But the cockpit in there, all of it lights up. It looks very, very spectacular. I will do a review of the figures. I'm going to do that separate because otherwise this is going to be like a 4-hour video. What else did we have? We also had a ladder that I think plugs in there when it's on the ground. So yeah, jet fuel only. Does that engine open as well? Yep, that engine opens as well. I'm impressed with this. I'm not impressed with the fact that the base, that is to me a bit of a problem. It would be nice if that in some way locked on. But all in all, I think it looks pretty cool. I like it. I'm going to spend some time sticking the stickers on it. It's very difficult to get the whole thing in shot because I'd have to be stood like in another room to do it, but the missiles do look pretty cool under there. Yeah, I'll show it from that angle. Yeah, I like it. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe. You know what to do. I think it's a really cool piece of kit. I've wanted one of these. I had the original one, like I say, and I built it from 4 or 5 that I picked up at Car Boots, and this was a have to have. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the Snowcat one just because it wasn't one of my favourites as a kid, and these things aren't cheap, are they? And at the minute, you know, times are hard. So, times are hard. I need you guys to hit the like, shares and subscribe buttons down there, because it helps the channel. Thank you to everybody that subscribed. Thanks to everybody that follows me. Thank you to my little team that make comments on every single video that I do. You're an awesome bunch. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all have a great day. Hope you have a great night. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye now. I'm not going to go out in the window because it's really, really, really warm in here.